Hi, Nikki. I had so many things go on in the month of July and just lots of life and so many good things and so many stressful things. And I'm just not sure how to handle all of those situations sometimes.
But hey, we're still here. We're still sticking with our plan.
We are. You're absolutely right. We are. We are here. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Cammy Goes Keto, where I am here with Nikki and we are doing our July measurements. And we do this on the last Thursday of every month. And we're going to see how we did this month.
Yes. And accountability. This is accountability, you guys. We need it for each other and to stay on track, weight loss and sobriety are hard and you have to stay on track. You have to check in with your buddies, and Cammy is definitely a buddy.
Yay, Nikki's a buddy too. All right, here we go. I'll go first.
Okay, baby girl, let's go. We're both wearing our same outfits. Cammy's wearing the famous dress, and she's going to get the famous belt. Here we go. Here she is from the front, from the side, and from the back. There she goes. And let's see. Cammy's keeping track by using the same belt, you guys. And I'm keeping track by using an old fashioned measuring tape. So we both have different ways, but it works for us. And she goes by how many rungs she's down on the belt. So let's see when she raises her hands up how many. She's on 5. Good job. Very good job. Yep. And her and I, we both have it left in the waist. Good job, Cammy.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I think last time I was on ring 5 too, but it was really, really tight. And today it's just tight, but it definitely feels a little bit looser, just a tad bit.
Yeah. So how did your things with Jeff go? And like, how did you, do with your training and your eating and things like that this month?
I did okay. I did okay. On July 3rd, I weighed in because Saturday the 4th was a holiday. So I weighed in a day early on July 3rd. I did not lose or gain any weight on that weigh in. And I think it was because I could feel more stress in my body. And my sister, bless her heart, my sister with dementia was having a lot of troubles at the facility where she was. She was, hitting the workers and getting in all kinds of trouble. And we were adjusting her medications and they gave her a 30-day notice to have her leave the facility. And which hopefully she's going to be able to stay because she's had better behavior. But um, so I remember that being a very stressful time for me. And then the next time I weighed in was on the 18th of July and I lost 3 pounds. And then the next time I weigh in is going to be this Saturday, which is the 1st of August. So my guess is that I'm not going to be losing or gaining a lot of weight because I'm still under stress with my sister. She managed to have a seizure that was so bad. Her sodium levels got really low and she had a seizure that was so bad. It popped out both of her shoulders out of her joints and broke her humerus bone on both sides. Can you believe that? I didn't even know that was possible. And, you know, and I'm a doctor and I thought and the orthopedic surgeon said, I see this with electrical shocks and I see this with seizures, even in young men who are in their 30s and at their best, prime bone growth can break their arms doing this. So it really is a testament to how strong your body can be and how damaging it can be when it's off track. Crazy.
Yeah. Because the seizure is kind of like our body having like an electrical, shock to it, and it freaks
Right.
out and like goes offline. for lack of better words. So
Yeah, and the muscles
not.
don't cooperate. So, when one muscle flexes, the other one extends, and it doesn't do that. All the muscles just fire at once and pop bones out of their sockets and break things. And it was just amazing to me that could happen. So she had her first arm repaired today, and then hopefully she's going to get her next one repaired in a few days. So yeah, lots of stress going on there. And, then it's not just dealing with, my poor sister. It's, rearranging my day and canceling things that I normally go to and getting my support and having people cover for me and, not sleeping well and doing those things. And so the thing that I have done well is eat well. I've been keeping a food plan and pretty much sticking to it. And I'm really pleased about that. But the biggest fear I have, Nikki, is when things settle down, what am I going to do then? Because the last time, I was worried about going to Lake Tahoe at the end of April with my girlfriend and how am I going to eat on this trip and what's going to happen? And we did this excellent job. And then I came home and had an 8-day binge on ultra processed foods. So I just pray to God I have learned from that. I'm aware of that. And I'm already talking to people and getting in the conversation of how am I going to behave now when the dust starts to settle. And so I've learned from that.
That's good. That's good. And maybe you needed that horrible last binge to really cement into your brain that that's not your identity anymore and that's not who Cammy is anymore.
Oh my God, from your mouth to God's ears.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, maybe you just needed to go out with a bang like that. And then you just know you have different tools now and you're a different person now. And that Cammy's dead.
Amen. Amen, sister. And the other thing that I wanted to say was, when I put this dress on today, it still does not look attractive to me. I still don't have all my curves in all the right places for it to look like something that you could actually wear. But it's looking better. I can tell it's definitely looking better. So, it'd be interesting to see what the first video looked like compared to what this one looks like.
Yeah.
Because I can definitely see a little bit, like a significant change.
Yeah. And I think we have noticed you slimming down because we see you online and in person and we can tell in your face and, all here and just in your whole body. But it's so subtle when you're experiencing it as a person that sometimes you don't see the slow incremental, shrinking. And a lot of the times the scale won't reflect the muscle building and the fat going and, all those fluctuations, especially in women, because we've got the whole hormonal landscape to contend with. Guys, they do this and they're like, oh, I didn't even try that hard and I lost 15 pounds this month, So
Yeah,
we have to give ourselves
exactly.
grace too as women. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Nikki, let's see how you're doing, girl.
Okay, I'm still wearing the Low Carb USA shirt, but I did wear shorts today because it is hot in California. So,
Okay, it's
but
hot in
for the
lots
most
of places.
but for the most part, I'm wearing the same, outfit or whatever. So
Okay, very good.
here's me from the side
Okay.
and the other side. And then let's see what we did here with our measuring tape.
All
And
right, let's see what we did.
I don't think there's much progress, but yeah, I'm still at 39. 39 on the measuring. So
It looks like it could go a little tighter. No, that's you're
I
holding it
could
pretty
if I was
tight.
really pushing it to 38 and a half, but if I'm
Yeah, that
being
actually.
honest and being comfortable, it's at 38, 39 at the
All
biggest,
right.
pushiest.
Okay. Well, I kind of like the 38 and a half. It looks like this tape was straighter at 38 and a half, but
Yeah, I feel like it's still at 39, but I
okay.
try to keep it. Yeah. But I want to come on to one of these and be at 37 or something, but I'm trying to my month went pretty good. I stuck to keto. stress too, but at the same time, I hung in there and I'm still off of caffeine. This is the second month off of caffeine after my 1.5 year
Whoop, whoop,
relapse.
whoop, whoop.
So no mornings with coffee anymore. And I was telling Cammy before we started recording, I thought I would feel like a big energy drain or dip because I'm not having the caffeine in the morning, but I don't. I feel just the same energy level, which I'm at about a 6, if I'm being honest, and I want to get that up higher. So I thought that the giving up the caffeine would make me, go up to like a 7 or an 8, but I just don't think the dopamine receptors and you know, I don't think everything has gone on back online without living with a stimulant. And for me personally, Cammy, I took diet pills in my 20s and I really hit caffeine hard. So in my 30s, I tapered down. I didn't do the diet pills anymore. And then I tapered down into just like, between 2 and 4 cups of coffee a day. And then in my 40s, when I found this group, I further tapered down to 1 to 2 cups of coffee. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I met No Sugar Nation and Mike coached me, I was down to 0 before, the slip or whatever. So I have a lot of years of being on stimulants and a lot of brain healing, I think, to take place because I just don't think my body knows what to do to not use the crutch of
Right.
caffeine and artificial energy sources. And, I read about how they did this to women in the 50s. They gave them like mommy's helpers and stuff. So they gave women like, housewives pills to make them up during the day so they could clean the house and look like this perfect 50s housewife. And then at night they couldn't sleep because they were all, wired. And then they had to give them downers so that they could go to sleep. And so it was like how Mike talks about how we manually manipulate, and we do that with sugar. And I think that's why a lot of us women get onto sugar because it's the perfect thing to just take you down at night and knock you out,
Mm-hmm.
just like our
Mm-hmm.
wine habit and things like that. So anyhow, all that to say is that I'm trying to live in process. We're reading that book and I'm trying to just like remind myself like it's a process of my body healing and being like, are we really off the caffeine? Or are
Yeah,
you going to go back? Like, what are we up to, Nikki?
exactly. And 1 month is early. 1 month is a great accomplishment. 1 month
Hmm.
with no caffeine is a great accomplishment. But it's not in the whole scheme of life, it's not a long time to let your receptors heal and to let your brain get into better shape, which we're going to continue doing. So
Yes.
yeah, because I'm May 14th was my stop date of a hard stop of no caffeine. So August 6th is going to be 90 days. I'm excited about that coming up.
Woohoo.
August 6th will be 90 days, and I'm still feeling like things are adjusting.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I was sharing with Cammy, and this is probably TMI, but I do miss that coffee helps with the regularity in the mornings. So
Yeah, we were
I
talking
know,
about that.
I know in the olden days, people always had coffee and cigarettes in the business world, and then they'd go into the bathroom, and then everyone hit the bathroom after the morning meeting and stuff. You know why? It's because we were all, doing the same routine. And so our bodies will have to recalibrate that too.
Yeah, so now we're sporadic bowel movers, me and Nikki, because we're not having our little coffee in the morning that gets us, going right away. And
Yeah,
I
that
I
sort
miss
of
that. I miss
expedites the process, right?
I mean, I have to say that for the most part, though, I'm not constipated on my ketogenic diet. And so that's good news. And I'm going regularly, but it's less because I'm not eating a lot of vegetables and I don't have a lot of fiber passing through.
Hmm.
So mine are probably only, well, maybe 3 times a week, every other day, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, which they
So
say is normal, especially if you're keto or carnivore or somewhere in between, because everything we eat is absorbed pretty well.
yeah.
So, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was how important I think it is for us to be accountable to each other and to ourselves and to our bodies, and to be checking in every month and doing our weigh in, doing our weights and measurements and paying attention to what's going on, because that motivates us to continue. And even though it's slow, I always say it's on God's time and not my timeline, which of course I want to be quicker. We're still here and we're still being consistent, which I think is fabulous because we are slowly heading in the right direction.
Yes. And for me personally, I'm so grateful that you have me doing this accountability, because I have to get out of this yo-yo diet mentality that I'm still recovering from. And remnants of it are that feeling like, oh, well, when I get to my goal weight, I can just be a normal person. And what is a
Hmm.
normal person, a normal, who even knows what that is? What does that entail, right? That's the addictive voice saying you can go back to your, you know what? So it's like, no, the new normal is this.
Right, right.
Like we talked about in our other video, it's like, no, this is the new normal. Like, you're not getting off of this, sister. This is Nikki. This is your new life. Just like the old Cammy died, the old Nikki died. We're not going back to junk food. We're not going back to processed food and sugar. Like, this is just how we live now. So yeah, it's just that identity shift like sinking in. So
Yeah, exactly.
so grateful to you, my dear.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad we're doing this too. And I hope you guys that are watching are cheering us on, which we know you do, and looking at your own, motivation and your own accountability. And, you could be checking in with us the last Thursday of every month and seeing what you guys are doing on your own journey. And, I'll be sure and put in the video description how to join No Sugar Nation and to get over there and get off of sugar and have a really great life.
Definitely. And we started off with just doing the 90-day challenge, which is, can you, do 90 days, you know, and just see 90 meetings in 90 days, can you stay off the sugar for 90 days and see what happens in your body and what changes you feel? And then make your decision if you want to do it forever, or if you want to test some things that you want to try and bring back into your life. Everybody has a different definition of what their sobriety is and what works and doesn't work for them. And so it's a really good, loving community. Cammy's a coach in there. I'm a coach in there. And it's just a good way to be on a discovery journey in your life, right? And figure out what healthy is for you, mentally and spiritually and physically.
Exactly. And to get a brain that's healing up, from all of the chaos that's created in it when you eat sugar and flour and ultra processed foods and
Yeah. And you
drink
have
and smoke and drink caffeine.
yeah, and get addicted to these, and all of it, all of it. So, and you have to have a community to do it. I firmly believe that, because when we try to do it ourselves, we get tired. When we're having a bad day, there's nobody to go to and say, hey, I'm having a bad day and I need some encouragement or uplift, somebody to uplift you. But if you have a group, there's always one of us that's like having a good day and bringing the others up, and so we're all like a little school of ducks, and we're just like, no, hey man, come on back, don't get lost, stay in the little
In the middle of the herd.
exactly. And we always pick each other up. And then when somebody starts swimming off, we're like, and that's
Yeah.
what we need. We have to keep each other in our safe cove.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being here, Nikki. And we'll see you next time. So our next our next measurement will be August. Are you
Yes.
going to be around at the end of August, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that will be August 27th. And we'll look forward to seeing how we do then, getting ready to kind
Yes.
of wrap up the summer.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.